45-23. 45-23. 45-23. Let's go, Michigan. What a win in Columbus, Ohio, in the Horseshoe. Welcome back to MadMizzy Sports Morning Show. What up, squad? MizzyWorld Entertainment is here to present a Sunday special of MadMizzy Sports Morning Show. I had to come back and break down a 45-23 win of my Michigan Wolverines over the number 2 Ohio State Buckeyes yesterday. Yes, we are back. I had to do this simply because the last time I spoke on my Michigan Wolverines was during the pandemic season when we lost to Michigan State 24-27. And I came out here, I questioned, should Jim Harbaugh keep his job? Is Jim Harbaugh the right guy? I'm a huge Jim Harbaugh fan. I'm also a San Francisco 49ers fan. I know Jim Harbaugh. 3 times NFC Championship game. 1 time to the Super Bowl. Should have went to the Super Bowl all 3 of those times we went to the NFC Championship game. I love dude, but when he lost to Michigan State that year, I was questioning, is he the guy for this job? I am glad I am not the athletic director at the University of Michigan making the decisions on is Jim Harbaugh the guy for this job, because he is clearly the guy for this job. I got to come back and I got to start off with Jim Harbaugh. Just an amazing past 2 seasons. Like I said, after going through that pandemic season where we looked like we were just in flux, we didn't know what we were doing. We had Joe Milton, black quarterback. They thought he was going to be an NFL prospect if he played the way they expected him to play. And I'm assuming how he was practicing throughout the spring and leading up to and throughout the summer, leading up to the fall games and all that. But he just came out there. He wasn't it. He just wasn't it. And he hindered and he held that team back. Then Cade come in, won a few games. Then JJ hits the campus that 2021 spring. Then 2021, we turn it around with Cade McNamara as our starter, going 11-1 throughout the regular season. Only loss was the Michigan State. And that's because Kenneth Walker, or is it KJ Walker, went absolutely nuts. Went absolutely nuts on us. I think he had 200 plus rushing yards, just broke the game wide open. That's the only reason. Then you come back this year, 12-0, no losses, beating everybody. Since that pandemic year, Jim Harbaugh is 2-0 against Penn State, 1-1 against Michigan State, and 2-0 against Ohio State. Jim Harbaugh, I apologize for me coming and questioning your fit. If this was your calling, if turning the program around was for you, this is a national championship team we have on this field this year. And let's move on to the biggest reason why this is a national championship team. JJ McCarthy. I want to give props to Cade McNamara because he did turn the ship around. When it looked terrible, he was the one that was out there fighting. He was the one that was instilling confidence in those wide receivers and the rest of the team that gave them the confidence to come back around in 2021 and turn it around and win the Big Ten, make it to the college football playoffs. But JJ McCarthy, his performance yesterday is a performance that we're going to look back on as we finally beat Ohio State in back-to-back games, the first time since 2000. We beat Ohio State in Columbus, Ohio for the first time since 2000, when we had Drew Henson and Tom Brady as our quarterbacks. Drew Henson and Tom Brady were splitting times at quarterbacks in those 2 wins back in 2000, in those wins in 2000, in 1999 and in 2000, the last time we beat Ohio State in Ohio and the last time we beat Ohio State in back-to-back years, back-to-back games. JJ McCarthy's performance yesterday started off shaky. Then he hit that comeback route that, shout out to Cornelius Johnson, I was just waiting for an explosion game from him ever since he became a starting wide receiver. This was it. But that comeback route just opened up the floodgates, going 12 for 24, 50% completion percentage, but a lot of those misses was early in the game. He got a lot tighter, a lot more accurate coming down the stretch of that game. 260 yards through the ground, 3 touchdowns, all 45 yards or above. Only quarterback on either side to ever do that in this series. Only quarterback to ever do that on either side in this entire series. JJ McCarthy, 19 years old, from Illinois, played at the IMG Football Academy in Florida. What he did running the ball opened it up for the next person I want to speak on, Donovan Edwards, coming in as the replacement for the Heisman candidate. And I think he lost the Heisman candidacy with us winning so dominantly in Ohio State, but I still do believe that Blake Curom deserves to get an invite to New York. But Donovan Edwards yesterday, 22 carries, 216 yards, 160 yards in 2 plays in the fourth quarter. That's how you shut a game down. That's how you put the nail in the coffin. 175-yard run, 185-yard run. Back-to-back drives. That's how you shut them up. Go home. Go home, Roger. It was just beautiful to see the complimentary football. Only 3 points given up by our defense in the second half. 2 interceptions. Just the best second half team in college football. We are the #1 team in college football, if you ask me. And I think if you ask anybody unbiasedly, because nobody gave us a shot. Nobody, especially without no Blake Curom, especially if they had to put the ball in JJ McCarthy hands early to keep us afloat. Because if JJ McCarthy don't hit those plays, and he don't hit Cornelius Johnson on those 2 plays, the game might run away from us. But he did. So it's 17-20 coming into half. We come out, punch them right in the mouth. 24-20 at half. Then they come down, only get 3. That's the only points they get the rest of the half. The complimentary football, the special teams, the defense, the offense. We are the best team in the country. I don't think that we'll get the #1 ranking. As far as Ohio State goes, I do not think that they deserve a shot at the college football playoffs, especially with if TCU continues to win out. I don't know who will get that last spot. I would presume. I think LSU lost yesterday. I don't know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but it's hard for me to see Ohio State getting and losing by 22 points at home to a team that didn't have their best player in Blake Curom. It's just hard for me to see. It's hard for me to see. But y'all know what it is, Big Blue Nation. I had to come back and give y'all a Sunday special. I had to come back and give apologies to Jim Harbaugh. I had to come back and give props to the young crew. JJ McCarthy, Donovan Edwards, who we had to lean on and say, this is y'all game. First time starting in these games. Even though Donovan Edwards didn't start, he played the majority of the game, was the lead back in the game. He barely played in the game last year. JJ McCarthy barely played in the game last year. For those young diaper dandies, to steal a college basketball term from Dick Vitale, for them to come out there and have that performance, oh, the future is so bright in Ann Arbor. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Or at least it's great to be a fan of the Michigan Wolverines. Great to be a fan of the Michigan Wolverines. Yeah. Ohio State can keep that nut-ass Michigan song that they got, that little diss song that they got. It's great to be Michigan. We turn the horseshoe into the big house. Oh, 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 oh. But y'all know what it is, Wolverine Nation. Let me know what y'all thought about the game in general. Who deserves most of the props? I want to give apologies out to Jim Harbaugh for even questioning your status, your stature. You're the new young Bo Schembechler in there, baby. You're the new young Bo in there, baby. You're our era's Bo. You get what I'm saying? JJ McCarthy, Donovan Edwards, and then do y'all think that team in Ohio has a chance of getting in the college football playoffs? And if they do, will the College Football Playoff Committee give them a rematch with us, with Blake Curom in the backfield? Let me know what y'all think. This is MadMizzy Sports Sunday Special. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Gang.